Hello, welcome to the stream. If this is your first time, my name is Shira, I'm a comic artist, and what I usually do, this is the once a month special stream that I like to do, give you guys a little treat. Of course, that depends entirely on the Wheel of Morality. And what I do is I pick 3 colors at random using an online service. Koolor, COOLORS.com, if I'm not mistaken. And it's truly randomized. I roll it d20 and then I click randomize the number of times it appears on the dice, or should I say the die? I think it's die in singular. Without looking. And then I pick those 3 colors, and then the Wheel of Morality will pick whatever you guys suggested the day before. And some of you who either struggle with using Instagram or don't have Instagram or stuff like that actually used the new suggestion box that I made especially for those of you that struggle with Instagram. Good job. Proud of ya. Let's hope that the Wheel of Morality also agrees. I did find it interesting that the service that I'm using is like giving a mood to the suggestions, and it literally gave, like, I got 2 in the box. One of them was neutral, the other one was negative, and I was like, what? It's a suggestion, how can it be negative? And literally all the person wrote was Link and Navi from Ocarina of Time. How is this negative? Did the AI not enjoy Ocarina of Time? Is that it? Is that what's going on? So yeah, first things first, we're going to introduce the colors. And this is the part where I sound like a Russian propaganda radio from the 1910s or something like that. Because I will give the hex codes, and then I will give the Ohuhu colors that I will be using, because I use Ohuhu brand alcohol markers for these. So here we go. Let's get this up close and personal so I can read with my old person eyes. D6FFB7 T green, F5FF90 Mindaro. Oh, Dread Devil, hi! Welcome to the stream. And FFC15E Xanthus. I'm not even sure that's a word, but that's what Coolers told me that color was. And in more understandable in the Ohuhu department, we have G020 Pale Lemon Yellow. Oh my god, it focused for a second. Oh my god, what kind of day am I gonna have today? Whew, I'm gonna buy a lottery ticket. Pale Lemon Yellow. GY6 Anise. I don't know how to pronounce this in English. And YR170 Chrome Orange. I will admit, I cheated this month, if only because I rolled a die, I clicked as many times as possible, I randomized, I looked up, and it was 3 shades of green. And, like, we already did 3 shades of green in May. So, I had to redo it, if only to not have 3 shades of green again. So, at least we have an orange and something that kind of sort of resembles maybe a yellow. If we're lucky. It's raining today, but it shouldn't be thundering. So, normally I shouldn't have to cancel the stream. It's supposed to be done in half an hour, I believe, on top of that. I mean, all my information is on my phone, and my phone is my camera. So, first things first. Of course, I'm going to be turning on and off that one spotlight so you guys can actually see the Wheel of Morality. Once again, it is nice and full. And I don't want to hear... I genuinely don't want to hear anything about, I didn't know this was going to happen. I post about it in my newsletter. I post about it on my socials. I post about it on accounts that are not socials, but more like, you know, comic and art pages that I have. If you still don't know when I post these requests, it's on you, boo. I'm doing my best here. Short of breaking into your houses, this is the best I can do. So, Wheel of Morality. Let's go for the first request. Let's see what the wheel will give us. Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us a lesson that we shall learn. Captain Crunch. I don't know if you guys noticed, half the wheel is like cereal mascots. Somebody was hungry when they posted their suggestions, I think. So we could have 4 mascots, we could have Link and Navi, we could... I don't know, I genuinely don't know. But the first request is Captain Crunch. Oh, please stay focused. I'm not asking you for much. It's hard to tell because the ink is very reflective here, and I got the light straight on it, and I like having the light over here because then the shadow is pushed up and I'm back here and it's easier to draw, and... A lot of nice round shapes on this character. I can't complain. Another thing why I like to have pink stuff is it's easier to find on the desk when you're looking for it. I'm still playing Dragon Quest XI in Spanish. There's really not a lot of changes besides a couple names. Right now I'm at the part where I'm like putzing around trying to prepare for the final battle. And I gotta go and save Phenomenon from dancing. And I'm only mentioning it specifically because Sylve has no respect. Like, everybody is worried because they can't control the fact that they're dancing, like, all the time. And Sylve is just dancing along with them because he has no respect, and he's like, yay! This is why the theme, whenever I'm playing that game, is 3 dots, and then there's Sylve. That amazing queer neurodivergent idiot. Lily is in her basket looking at me all sus. Wondering why I'm talking to myself, not understanding the concept of a live stream. But she's being good and quiet. Which will be a temporary effect, considering my parents are coming home today. I'm very quiet because this is officially my first real time trying to draw Captain Crunch, so I'm super focused. I like Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch does not like me. Captain Crunch cuts up the roof of my mouth, and I know I'm not the only one. That and Corn Pops. Corn Pops are not as bad as Captain Crunch. As far as cutting up your roof, the roof of your mouth. But it still hurts. As far as mascots go, cereal mascots go, my favorite, at least visually, the one I would relate to the most would be Toucan Sam. I really like Toucan Sam. He's had some design issues lately, so of course I'm more inclined to like 1990s, early 2000 Toucan Sam. Oops. I pushed too hard. Now, as far as favorite cereal goes, that easily goes to Alphabets. Like, they got a good, decent crunch to them without cutting the roof of my mouth. And they're small, so you get more on your spoon compared to honeycombs, which are roughly the same thing, just sweeter. He's pretty cute. I did a good job. And that's before we put on the colors. Now I do post the rules next to the post. I have two photos now when I post about the requests. Second photo is the rules, and somebody actually posted as a request like a frog and a fruit colored in a certain way, and I'm ignoring that second request. You can have your frog and fruit if the Wheel of Morality agrees. But even if you wanted multichrome, polychrome, monochrome, that part I ignore on purpose. I have no choice. That is not how the challenge goes. I've literally been doing this challenge for years. Once again, if you don't know by now, and I'm posting the freaking rules, that's on you. I'm doing my best. You know, this is giving the same energy as when people would ask me for my comics. Read them in front of me, give it back, and then wonder how come I'm not selling them. I am selling them. Like literally. Do you want one? No. I'm still selling them? Why do you ask to see my comic if you don't want them? Look at that cute little Hanna-Barbera nose thing going on. I gotta be careful and make sure I stay within the camera. Mortis Ghost finally announced the release date for the Off remaster. I am thrilled, but it's still gonna be a long while because it is August 15th. At the time of recording this live stream, it is June 7th. Also, the Switch 2 has been out. I can't afford that. And Deltarune 3 and 4 released at the same time. Now they are at a perfectly reasonable price. I can't afford that either, so I put it in my wish list and I'm going to wait to see if there's going to be a sale eventually. So I am doing my best to try and avoid spoilers. It's damn near impossible. But at least I don't do it on purpose and look up for videos. I at least have that going for me. He's pretty cute. He's pretty cute. I still struggle a lot with line weight. But he's pretty cute. Alright, let's let him dry so we can color him later. And before we go for the next card, of course, no. My photo app and my Wheel of Morality app have really similar icons, so I'm going to be tapping the wrong one over and over. So when you hear me sigh, that's what's happening. I'm tapping the wrong app. Okay, are you comfy? Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us a lesson that we shall learn. Oh, that was close. Baby Peach and Philia in sailor outfits. Hide the slice. I'm gonna grab a horizontal card for this one. Eventually. Short nails. Paper that is very close together. A lot of room for error. Where's my reference? These are very chibi proportions. You know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna give them Animal Crossing hands. Now, for those wondering, Philia is an OC by my girlfriend, Bianca. And no, the Wheel of Morality is not is not programmed in favor of anybody. The Wheel of Morality decides by itself. Because then it would not be a challenge if it only picked what I felt like drawing. Like, technically, I'm the one that designed Philia. But at the same time, I don't lay claim to her, you know? So here we have Philia, much younger than how I usually draw her. And with Animal Crossing hands because it's funny. Speaking of Baby Peach, isn't it a little shitty how Nintendo kind of dumped her voice actor of 18 years? True Mario Kart World. That's how she found out. They didn't even give her the same grace, quote unquote, as they did to Charles Martinet. They, as far as I know, they didn't make her a Nintendo ambassador. Like, you know, I'm neurodivergent. I have trouble with rejection, and that includes getting fired. But at the same time, put on your freaking big boy pants and tell me to my face. This is literally a reference to when I got fired from the computer store. And the assistant that boss had hired couldn't tell me that they were firing me. Like, literally, you call me to tell me that I need to be there for a certain day. And I ask, why? Sir, you are older than me. Spit it the fuck out. Until finally actually spatted the fuck out. We're ending your contract. And of course I made a bootleg cookie out of that. And I was like, they're firing me in 2 days. Wait, they're giving me 2 days to prepare. And I stayed pissed those 2 days. And I literally had the time to prepare what I wanted to say to that guy. And I did too. He did not expect that. I mean, what have I got to lose? What are you going to do? Fire me again? This is the same boss that had accused me of miscounting the consoles during an inventory. And I asked him on the same tone, oh, I did? Okay. One question. Do you mind explaining how I managed to do that? Because I was not in charge of counting the consoles, and I can actually prove it too, because you had us write our initials on each section. Let us not forget that Philia is... Like, Philia has a black mother and a white father, so technically she's biracial, but her father's DNA, it didn't even try. She's got heterochromia, so her father's DNA is literally in one of her eyes, and that's it. And of course, her eyes are more Dragon Ballish because she's a Dragon Quest fan character. One of the reasons her brother, well, he's adopted. So, her adopted brother, who has a blind eye, got so attached to her when she was born, is because she has heterochromia, and her blue eye, she has one brown eye and one blue eye, is on the same side, has this blind eye. So he related to her, like, immediately. Oh, wait, I put it here so it's easier for me. I keep forgetting. For those wondering, those who have been watching these for a while and wondering why I'm not using my chameleon liners to do the line art anymore, I stopped caring, that's why. Not I stopped caring about my art, but I stopped caring about chameleons because their website has been under construction forever. They don't answer my emails about singular refills for the liners. Which is a shame because they work super well with alcohol markers. These are cute proportions, but at the same time, holy jeez. At this scale, it's not easy. Then again, what do I know about keeping things easy? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about the AI-based how to draw stuff that shows up on Facebook. like templates to draw chibis, and not a single chibi looks like each other because they are AI generated. And it's super obvious to anybody who has ever seen an image before, apparently. Like, templates are fun to play with, but if you only use that, how are you actually going to learn how to draw if you run out of electricity one day? You know what I mean? If you feel like doodling and your phone is out of batteries. What I'm saying is templates are not bad in themselves. But it is better to have drawn templates than AI generated ones, because then you're just going to propagate the shit, is what you're gonna do. I actually took a screenshot of an how to draw manga online course, quote unquote, and like it was so obviously like first generation AI, because this girl's face was simply melting in itself, you know? I took the screenshot and then I reposted it on my front page, and then I linked to a bunch of free PDFs on how to draw manga, because if you gotta learn to draw manga, do it correctly. Like, AI is not even good for body horror. You need some basis. Like, yes, body horror involves a lot of melting. However, it's worse if the melting starts from something that looks like it has anatomy. Melting jello is still just jello. Melting a human body, that's when you start having actual body horror. I'm looking at this neon orange I'm using right now, and like my camera is picking it up kind of okay, but when it's going to be time to take an actual photo of it, oh my lord. There will be complaints. This is the greener one, so this should be the yellower one. Yes, it is. Perfect. There's not that much difference between the two, huh? Eesh. In fact, I don't want to use a lighter color because that will bleach the color, the base color a little bit. And it'll make it look muddy. I'm gonna add some shadowing on the skin, if only to cut it a little bit from his hair. But I'm not gonna shadow his mustache or his hair. Or else, whoops, not you. Or else we're going to lose that little detachment. Put those back up here. And we have a cute little Captain Crunch. Let's let him dry and move back to the princesses again. I did say that I had retired the princesses. I unretired them. Should have made an announcement about that, but didn't feel like it. So, also I did say last week that I was going to post a piece that I was unhappy with. I will post that piece sometimes later today at the time of recording this live stream. In fact, I did say I wasn't going to cancel today's stream. I will be taking a tiny break after I'm done with these girls, which are in fact both princesses, because I need to go check on something in the kitchen. So I shouldn't be too long. And then we'll go right back to the Wheel of Morality. See, when I told you guys that her father's DNA just took a look around and said, nope. She looked like a little Cheeto now, though. I am gonna go over here with a brush pen. not supposed to be two colored lines, but because my lines are black, I'm gonna make one colored line on their respective dresses. Gonna grab the yellow, and I'm gonna fill in the background so they like pop out a little bit more. I know Peach's hair is blonde, but that is literally the only blonde thing here. Everything else is that anise green or the chrome orange. I don't know if you guys watch Pumpkin Potion. She's hilarious. And I found out recently that she had a Grand Theft photo story of her own. And I was like, excuse me? This is actually a universal experience. In all modesty, I think mine was more epic, though, because I trapped the kid into admitting that it was not just a racing game. Because she did what I did with the first mother. There were two mothers in the Grand Theft Auto story. And the first mother was in the morning. She came in, great mood. I would like the photography game. And I was like, that's not a photography game. It is quite literally a crime game. Like, I flipped the game over and I read the list of ingredients. And, like, she stays in a good mood and I don't get sued after the fact or anything. And she's like, oh, well, this game is too mature for you, honey. And the kid is not happy. And that's pretty much what Pumpkin Potion did. She read the instructions to the mom, and the mom was not pleased, and the kid was absolutely miserable, but like the morning kid was not pleased. He was more disappointed than anything. The afternoon kid, with his Karen of a mother. All right. So first of all, however, we are going back. Because we do 4 of these, you know? And we're down 2, so we need to do 2 more. So, whoops. It takes a little while longer to close it. Alright. Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us a lesson that we shall learn. Tony, Tony, Chopper, pre-time skip. As it says right here. It's the second kid. No, the second kid. Like, everything was going pretty much the same way. Like, yes, I would like to buy this photography game. Like, literally the same excuse. That's what made me think that the morning kid and the afternoon kid were friends in school. And they calculated this master plan of lying to their mothers. But the first mom was smart and nice about it. Oh, well, you tried, tee-hee. The second kid. Not only did he lie to his mom, but his mom was a Karen. And everything was going normal. I flipped the game over. Like, look, there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's nudity. Like, there... like, you need to know. Like, in my head, I was thinking, I'm willing to sell it to you, but you have to understand that this stuff is in this game. Which the first mom understood. And I don't know why I'm doing gestures off camera. You guys can't see what I'm doing with my hands. But no! She decided, because I do not own a penis, to tell me to my face that I was lying, that it was a photography game because it says so on the box, Grand Theft Photo. It's 3 words, you blind, illiterate old bat! And that I didn't know what I was talking about. Me who works there don't know what I'm talking about. And I could see her coming back the next day for selling this game to her kid, acting like I didn't warn her. But you know when they say triggered? I was fucking triggered, okay? So me, the female, the femoid, the foid, that didn't know what I was talking about, decided to Google. Now, he was trying to buy Grand Theft Auto 4. I knew this. But... oh, hi, Coco. But what I Googled was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Hot Coffee Mod. It gave me the wiki article for it, and it had animated GIFs. Like, I know in the comic I says, ooh, it has images. It had images, but it also had an animated GIF of what happens when you break into the Hot Coffee Mod. And then I calmly turned around my little flat screen monitor and said, "Here you go, ma'am. This is what's in This is Grand Theft Auto." Now I know, I am well aware that there is no hot coffee mod in Grand Theft Auto 4. I am also well aware that I don't give a fuck because the kid looked at me all smug that he was winning. But like, listen, you could have won anyway if you had been like honest about it. Because there are literally parents out there who will buy Grand Theft Auto for their kids, and they would tell me, he is supervised, I play with him. And of course, those were usually dads. And in my head I was like, you're really buying it for yourself, are you? Well, at least you know what's in it. You see, it's not that I'm trying to prevent kids from playing games. When I was a kid, the big adult game was Mortal Kombat, and I played Mortal Kombat. But if your mom's a bitch, That really lowers your chance of getting the big adult game. I was getting free diabetic foot care, so I have an excuse to be late for the stream. Oh yes, how dare you? Because as we all know, you are a paid employee. Honestly, though, I wish. I would love to have employees to help me with all this shit and to pay them. That's the thing. It would be easy to get employees. I want to pay them. Could barely afford groceries for myself this week. It pisses me off. Also may go to the Trans Joy Fest tomorrow. My friend's teenage stepsons think he might be trans or NB, so she's taking him there. Oh, that's good. That is very good. Is my voice? You are excused. I am putting so much effort in this little Tony. I bet I know why somebody asked me for pre-time skip Tony because he got announced on the live action One Piece. He looks great. I haven't seen any complaints yet, but they're coming. You know they're coming. Because you have people that don't do 3D models for a living. Like, he looks great. He looks like he's supposed to look, okay? He's got the big animal eyes. It doesn't look like a cartoon. He looks like a mutant animal. But, like, it's live action. At least he doesn't have the weird glass Scooby-Doo eyes. It's good that she's being supportive. His dad is on the fence, and his bio mom is bringing out the brimstone. His dad is on the fence. Well, so is he. He's non-binary, thanks. That fence be swinging. This is the kid I did the laptop for. Well, his bio mom can kiss my ass. Of course, we are using he as a pronoun for now. Until further notice. Until he tells us if he is a they or not. Is it? Yeah, okay, still that. And I just said I was going to take a break right after the princesses. Because I needed to check something in the kitchen. See, this is what happens when you have ADHD and you don't take any meds for it. The irony that I'm drawing a doctor right now. I talk about not being diagnosed when it's super obvious that I got ADHD. Well, it's obvious for me and the doctor that diagnosed my mom. It was not obvious to the psychologist that decided I was suicidal. I'm not monetized, I can say suicidal. Especially because, well, I was not. I was depressed, yes, but I was not suicidal. Like, literally, if I had had an inkling that I was suicidal, I wouldn't have questioned the suicide hotline number that she dropped in my hand, looking at me all proud of herself, just in case. And all I was thinking was, wow, you are confident in your skills. I've been giving her advice about how to deal with his autism too, as he's ADHD, Tourette, and also autistic. I hope he fares better knowing that there are supportive adults in his orbit. Yeah, if there's something everybody needs right now is support on everything. This is not sarcasm, I mean it. He's been doing way better in school lately. Oh, that's great! Because if there's a place that it's hard to get support, we all know my opinion of school. Like, as you guys all know, I love learning. I hate school. They always expect professionals to go, stay in school, stay in school, kids, stay in school, stay in school. Yeah, if you're having a good time, stay in school. Otherwise, find other ways to get your learning. And when I say get your learning, I mean learn more than what people who usually homeschool their kids try to teach them. If they try to teach them, because there's also this thing called unschooling. He'll learn what he wants when he wants. Yeah, sounds great in theory. But like, we need some sort of structure. Structure. Blah, blah, blah. When you say it right. Because here's the thing. I struggled in school, yes. But like, it did not take me long to pass the classes that I had failed in grade 12 when I was put in adult education. And I was literally just given a book, told to do the exercise, and that there was a little explanation before each problem. And they left me to my own devices. But I had to do the exercises, and that was it. I learned really well. But I stayed in the class, and I was in an environment that was good for me, because I didn't have to wait on the other kids. And I cannot stress enough that I didn't think the other kids were stupid. I got ADHD. If I wait too long to do the exercise, I'm going to forget how to do it. And I don't want to make the class even longer by asking again after he explained it 3 times to the people who didn't understand. Because I had originally understood, but then I had forgotten because we weren't allowed to start working until everybody understood. Now, if you guys don't mind, I will go do that thing that I need to do. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I just need to go up and down. That's it. I'm going to put the volume of the music a little louder. And I'll be right back. Did y'all miss me? And I'm back. My hands are so soft. So what I went to do, basically, I went to check if my chicken breasts were thawed out, so I could put them in the fridge. And then I had to wash my hands like 3 times over. My hands smell amazing, and they're super soft now. I'm so happy to hear he's progressing. Oh, that's so nice. So proud. So proud. Alright. So, who else is curious to see who is going to be our final piece for today? Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us a lesson that we shall learn. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Yes! I was just talking about that in the beginning of the stream, that my favorite cereal mascot was Toucan Sam. Yay! I'm allowed to have a bias. I'm allowed to have a bias. The wheel does not have a bias. Chicken titties, yum yum. Oh yeah, it's gonna be the good chicken titties too, because I'm doing, I wanted to do smothered chicken, and basically smothered chicken is smothered in cheese, spices, and bell peppers. Hang on, I'm struggling with his mouth. Ah, there we go. Follow your nose. And they say don't market to kids. That's the thing. They say on TV that ads are not allowed to market to kids anymore, but anything online, even the adult spaces, oh, you got to think about the kids. You got to think about the kids. What if kids? Well, make your security better. I'm following all the rules, me. Of course, I'm doing his more vintage look, not his modern one. There's nothing wrong with the modern one, because clearly Fruit Loops are not targeted to adults, even if they tried to do that with Lucky Charms once. Fun fact, Toucan Skull is almost all beak. Now you see why you gotta watch my streams. You don't only get entertained, you get edumacated. It's fun in a terrifying way. Well, I mean, if it's almost all beak, there's not a lot of room for brain. Or actual sight, I would assume. But they got side view, so... And of course, animal rules don't apply to cartoon animals. So, whenever possible, Toucan Sam can turn from a prey to a predator type animal at any moment's notice, depending on the needs of the animation. The odds were pretty good that we were going to get some serial mascots in today's stream, seeing as they were taking up like half the wheel. The furries would have been thrilled if Tony the Tiger would have popped up. Oh, fucking great, I'm having another aura. Oh dear, go lay down with no noise. I'm gonna fill in the black when I'm doing the colors, in case I slip and then I grab the black of his beak or his eyes and then I hate myself for the rest of my life. But in the meantime, good thing I'm inside in the dark. Oh, at least. Lily, don't start with that wah. Speaking of wah, 2 more Thursdays, and It's a Wonderful Life will be done. Like, I've been done, like, since last month, but the comic itself will end in 2 weeks. Then there will be a little break while other things are getting done. And then we might have some news in August. The headache won't be here for a while. Yeah, but still, I don't want you to suffer. If you gotta suffer, like, I have to be an active participant in your suffering, or else it's not worth it. You can barely tell the difference between the yellow and the slightly green yellow. And they're probably gonna look the same once they're dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and give Tony a little mani. Just gonna add a little bit of contrast. Not sponsored, but I don't know if you guys follow or get the newsletter for True Grit. True Grit, who I love, honestly, because they do great textures and brushes. They recently came out with I'm not sure of the name right now, but I will say that it's a texture that mimics worn merch, you know, like when the drawing on your t-shirt gets all cracked. That's a texture set that they recently came out with as I'm recording this live stream, and it's looking really good. Well, all their stuff looks really good. I bought a lot of their sets. I've got the marker one. I've got the craft tone one. I got some paper textures. I don't have anything else to do today. Thank you, I think. And here you go, a very, very bright, I'm just going to add a little color right here. Very, very bright neon pre-time skip Tony chopper. I know the song says unboxing theme. It sounds really Yoshi Crafted World themed. But yeah, I like True Grit. This is not a sponsored post. It should be. Don't know if anybody noticed. I am trying recently to put some ads in my art posts. Desperately trying to earn a little cent here and there. It's weird to see Toucan Sam in the colors of the first Fruit Loops. First Fruit Loops were like orange, yellow, and red, and pink, and that's it. That's all we had, and that's the way we liked it. As far as I know, they all taste the same. They're pretty good. I like them. I don't eat them often because, well, I'm 42 now, so Lord knows what happens whenever I have Fruit Loops. Last time I had Fruit Loops, it was the last time I had Fruit Loops. Terrible things happened. I think the sugariest I allow myself to eat now, because I can digest it, is Lucky Charms. Maybe because there's less food dye in it. Oh, you are so juicy today, Mr. Pen. That's the way, I like it, And we will leave Toucan Sam at that, and with that, we are done. We have a very citrusy Toucan Sam. So let's see if we can back up the camera a bit so we can have all the cards in the shot. So there we have it for today. We got Captain Crunch. We got Philia and Princess Peach as babies in the little Marinette outfit. We have pre-time skip Tony Chopper. And we have extremely citrusy Toucan Sam. Special edition flavor Sam. We got Tropical Sam. We got Orange Crush Sam. That's what's happening. So of course we reach the end of the stream. Returning people knows what that means. You people, you're about to fucking find out, let me tell you. We are giving extra special caramel drizzled chocolate syrup rainbow sprinkle thanks to our supporters on Patreon, Ko-fi, and everywhere else. Amber B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, Sir E, Other, Blast 6, Matthew H, Laura S, Bad at Multiplayers, Winter the Kitten, and the part-time booties, Super Dude 808 and Rocket Mouse. Your continued or part-time support is immensely appreciated, as usual. Next live stream is going to be tomorrow, Sunday the 8th, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time, I don't know you, I don't know your life. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had fun drawing it. And of course, most, if not all, of the cards. Though I would just say most because I don't want to sell anything with Philia on it. Because she is an OC. They will be dropped in the Ko-fi shop. And I'll see you guys next time. I love you all. And bye-bye.